My name is Cheryl Vector. I'm currently the production manager here at Precision Plus. I joined the Precision Plus team in 1983. Wore many different hats at that time, as you can imagine, a small company, that's kind of a requirement. Really, it's been an evolution from the oil dry up. A memory that I do have and is very near and dear to my heart is the day that Phil Reeder walked through the door. I was astounded. I jumped up, couldn't get to him quick enough to give him the big hug. I knew Phil when I was in high school. I worked for him at a different capacity, and our families grew up together in the same small town, so I was very familiar with all that he and Kathleen had done for the community, school board, different things within our small little town. A lot of admiration and respect for this gentleman, and I couldn't imagine why he was there. I later learned that he was looking to buy a manufacturing business, and we were on that list. And I could only hope and pray that we would make the cut and that he would eventually become our owner.
The fellow who owned Swistick at the time was a friend of mine, and he came into my office at Lakeland one day and he said, "If you're looking for a place to buy," he said, "I got a fellow that is interested in talking to you." I said, "Well, I'm not having any luck finding a resort that I was hoping to buy during that 3-year period." I said, "Sure, I'll talk to him," because I was always interested in mechanical dealings, working with tools. And I said, absent the first choice of getting back in the hospitality industry, I'll talk to him. So I met with Buck, Ralph Cates, affectionately known as Buck, and we hit it off right away. And I think that was in the middle of June or July of 88. And by the middle of September, we had a deal come.
I remember on Walworth when Phil bought the company and he brought his family through. Now, I went to school with Mike Jay. He was a year ahead of me in school. And I had not seen him since high school. You know, I remember he was on the swim team and I just had not seen him. And Phil walked him and Jay and Stephanie, who I went to school with, she was in my class, walked them through, and I did not recognize Mike. And I said to my boss then, "Who is that guy? Who is that?" And he said their names, and I said, "That's not Mike." He goes, "No, that's Mike." I said, "I went to school with Mike. That's not Mike." He goes, "No, Stu, that's Mike." I said, "He doesn't have any hair." And he started laughing, and I just did not recognize him. But it had been, well, it really hadn't been that long, you know, since we had graduated.
And so when he bought the business, came home one day, and he looked at a series of other opportunities, from small resorts, a couple of small machine shops, even a chain of muffler shops, which we were like, oh my God, what's he gonna do with muffler shops? So he came home one day, said he bought a machine shop. It was over in Walworth, and he wanted to take the family out to brunch that Sunday and then take us all for a tour through the new business.
Well, I didn't know quite exactly what I had gotten myself into, quite honestly. But I thought I better bring the family over and show them what I had just purchased. And of course, they'd only seen me in the hospitality environment. In fact, my whole family life was in hospitality.
It hangs on my wall, on my whiteboard in my office, as a reminder to, boy oh boy, we've come a long ways. And the picture really captures the thoughts of my brothers and sisters as we went through. And you know, you could write a million captions on that photograph. None of them would have been particularly positive. And so as we all went through this dark, dingy building with low ceilings and floor dry and everything else, we're looking at this older equipment and thinking, by gosh, what has the old boy done? Wish him luck with this one, but he's on his own. At that point in time, I was working in Chicago early on in my career, focused on that, and I just you know, you got it, Dad. Maybe someday we'll have an opportunity to work together, but I'm going this way, you're going that way, and you know, we'll see what happens down the road. But you know, there was always the intention that someday we work together. Didn't realize quite how that would come to be, but